Hi everyone, today we are going to discuss about cash book. In the last few classes, we discussed about the subsidiary books like sales book, sales returns book, purchase returns book, etc. Now we are going to discuss about another important subsidiary book, that is cash book. Cash book. And among all the subsidiary books, cash book is very important book. Okay, in this we record only cash receipts and cash payments. Okay, we record only cash receipts and cash payments. Nowadays, only cash payments and cash receipts means we can't make. So we also include checks and bank overdrafts. Banks also plays very important and crucial role in the business now. So that's why we also uh, record checks and bank drafts also in the cash book. Okay. And coming to the advantages of cash book. What are the advantages of maintaining cash book? Let's see. It shows how much he has received and how much he has paid. With the help of the cash book, the owner must be able to know how much he has received in a particular period or on a particular transaction, and how much he has paid to a particular person or in a particular period. And then coming to the next advantage, it shows the owner how much money he left in the cash box at any time. At any time he can know. At any time he can know by seeing the cash book what is the available balance in the cash box. With the help of cash book, he is able to know the cash balance. What is the cash balance in the cash box? And coming to the third advantage and most important advantage is it relieves the owner from always counting. Is it a trouble of not always counting the cash? Always counting. So maintaining the cash book relieves the owner from the trouble of counting money. He can know the balance whenever he wants it by maintaining cash book. These are the advantages of cash book. And coming to the pro forma of cash book, what is the pro forma of cash book? Can you remember anything by seeing the pro forma of cash book? Did you remember anything? Did you remember anything from ledger? It resembles. It is just like cash account. It is just like cash account, isn't it? Okay. Now see the pro forma. This is debit side and credit side. Date, particulars, R number, LF, amount. Date, particulars, voucher, V number, LF, amount. What is meant by R number? It means receipt number. On the debit side, we note receipt number. If you make any sales, we give receipt, no? This receipt number is made in this on this side, here in this column. And coming to the V number. V number means voucher number. V number means voucher number. If you make purchases, the issue voucher, that voucher number is noted here. And next, LF amount. All these are you know. And coming to this side, debit side, what we write? To write the name of the account to be credited. And here, by name of the account to be debited. Let's see with an example. For example, purchases made. What's the entry for purchases? Purchases for cash. Then what's the entry? Purchases account data to cash account. And this is cash book. What we have to write? By. We have to add by to purchase and write here. By name of account to be debited. This is the account to be debited. You have to write here by purchases. Okay. And coming to this, to write the name of account to be credited. For example, if you make sales, what's the entry? Cash account data to sales account. Here, to sales account to be credited. So write here to sales account. Okay. Is it clear for you now? How we record the transaction? Okay. And on the debit side, we record all cash receipts. On this side, we record all cash receipts. So this, what we call this side? Receipts side. What we call receipt side. On the credit side, we record all payments. So what we call this side? Payments side. Payment side. Okay. And coming to the next important points to be remember in the case of cash book is cash book acts as both general and ledger. Both general and ledger. So we need not maintain cash account separately if you maintain cash book. Okay. This is a major advantage of cash book. If you maintain cash book, you need not maintain cash account separately. As soon as a cash transaction takes place, it is entered in the cash book. As soon as the cash transactions, we record only cash transaction. As soon as the cash transactions takes place, it is entered in the cash book. That's why what we say, the owner must be able to know the availability of cash at any time. Whenever he wants her to know, he can know the balance. That's why you say whenever he want to know, he knows the balance. How? By recording the cash transactions as soon as they takes place. Okay, and that's why it is of this book also called as original book of original entry. This book is also called as book of original entry. Cash book is also called as book of original entry. And coming to the next important point, all the transactions entered on the debit side of the cash are to be posted on the credit side of the particular account and vice versa. What's the meaning of this? Let's see. We see here two transactions. No? For example, if you take a sales account. If you take sales account, how we record sales account? Here sales account, we debit it. Then what we have to do? We have to credit the cash here by cash. Okay? By cash. We record like this. This is debit side of the sales account and this is credit side of the. What we record on the debit side of the cash book is recorded on that particular account. We record the same transaction on the particular account on credit side. Okay, did you understand? Okay. And coming to the next one, cash book always shows a debit balance. Cash book always shows a debit balance. Why? We can't make payments more than the availability of cash in our hand. For example, let's see the example. If you have two sales, if you have 150 in our account or in our hand, by purchases, if you made purchases by 100, then what's the balance here? 150. Okay. What's the remaining amount? 50. So what we do? By balance carried down. So 150. We pay 100. Like that, cash book always shows debit balance. Okay. Why? Because we can't pay more than what we have in our hand. Did you understand or any doubt? Okay. And so the total balance of the debit side is more than the credit side. So the total balance of the debit side is more than the credit side. Okay. Then what you do? We write by balance carried down, remaining amount. We write by balance carried down and by balance carried down. So next what you do? To balance brought down. To balance brought down 50 rupees. And this is on the next period. Is we carry forward the balance to the next period. It becomes opening balance to the next period. What the balance remains here becomes a opening balance to the next period. To balance brought down 15 rupees. Okay, did you understand? Any doubts? What's the summary? We record only cash transactions, cash payments and cash receipts. We need not maintain cash account separately because cash book acts as both ledger and journal. As soon as cash transactions takes place, we record it in the cash book. Debit side is called as receipts side and credit side is called as payment side. Cash book always shows debit balance. Cash book always shows debit balance. Debit balance is more than the credit side balance. Why? Because we can't pay more than what we have in your hand. Okay? And the remaining balance is to be brought down to next period. Okay? Okay. You can start the problems in the next class.